Just a quick disclaimer, this review copy was provided to me by Sony, however all opinions and views are my own. Thank you Sony for providing me with the review copy for Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. So I started late in the Uncharted series, but can happily say I have played all the mainline games, yes, including the PS Vita Uncharted Golden Abyss, which is awesome and you should play it if you can. Get a Vita and the game, because they're kind of rare now. They are amazing games, telling an amazing story, with each game being connected in the grand saga that is Uncharted, and, for its time, an audacious set of graphics. Nathan Drake, voiced by the legendary Nolan North, is amazing. It's one of those rare games where everything just fits into place. It's a genuine masterpiece, and one of the few games I personally regard and value very highly. As there isn't any real difference between the base game and the remaster, I have decided for this review to talk about this version and the changes brought forward with the PS5. Secondly, if you haven't played this game, you absolutely do not want this series spoiled for you, which is why the footage I'll be using is very early game. So now we have the release of Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. It includes both Uncharted 4 A Thief's End, the final chapter in Nathan Drake, and Uncharted The Lost Legacy, a kind of spin-off that takes place after A Thief's End. The first thing you will notice is the graphical improvement, especially during the cutscenes.
The people of Bangkok and the smog and how they can't get a flight anywhere and people can't breathe.
Wow.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, it was valiant.
I was in the ballpark, right?
In a different state.
They are beyond words. The PS5 improvement to this will leave you speechless on so many occasions. At 4K, the game in high fidelity just blows you away. It's just insane how good this looks. However, this also means you sacrifice that beautiful 60 FPS for a base 30 FPS, and it can drop below this as it targets 30 FPS. There is a 1080p 120 FPS mode, but I was unable to record this as my capture card only captures a maximum of 60 FPS, so it would be 1080 60 FPS, which isn't worth showing. But plugging it directly into my monitor, the lower resolution from 4K or upscaled 4K, 2K was evident, but the buttery smoothness that is 120 FPS was a joy to see. I'm just disappointed that I can't show it to you. Maybe it's time I updated my capture card. However, the perfect medium for me is Performance 60, which aims for 4K and will upscale where needed and give you 60 FPS. I don't know about you, but no matter how good 4K high fidelity looks, and I have to say, in this game, it looks amazing, stunning. It just looks really, really good. 30 FPS does ruin the experience, and I'm happy Naughty Dog have provided us with 3 options. This is a standard I feel all games companies should adhere to, so you as a gamer can choose the preset you want. 4K 30, upscaled 4K 60, or 2K 60, or 1080p 120. For those wanting to jump into the fun multiplayer, you will be disappointed. This was not brought forward to the collection, and the likely reason for this is the Factions DLC that is coming soon, which is multiplayer focused and makes sense. So, though I was a little disappointed not seeing it, you do get the Lost Legacy, which more than makes up for it in this collection. The haptic feedback on the controller is just awesome. It's something the Xbox controllers are so missing and makes such a difference when you're playing. The feedback just adds to the immersion and it gives you that sense of feeling that you are there. Adaptive triggers present in this version, and again, something their competitors are sorely missing, was great to feel here. The depth you could press the triggers varied ever so slightly depending on which weapon you was firing, and though it was extremely subtle at times, but the differences between them, it was there and it just added to my immersion. The resistance I felt from the adaptive triggers as I was firing the weapons was awesome and is an amazing addition to the remaster. I know people have often complained they drain the batteries of the controller, but it's so worth it. The feedback makes all the difference, and despite having experienced the game with knowledge of what was happening, the haptic feedback adaptive triggers easily brought a smile to my face. It was like I had the weapons in my hand and was firing them there. The triggers, the adaptive triggers, just made so much difference. You also have the option of free fight, giving you the option of manual aim or snap targeting. As a pleb at aiming, I've always enjoyed the snap targeting. It feels like aimbot and cheating, but hey, it's satisfying and I'm happy it's here. The PS4 version of Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy didn't have 3D audio. It did support surround sound, but the 3D audio from the PS5 using the official PS5 headset Pulse 3D is great. You get to hear all the little creaks or critters running about, footsteps, people behind you talking. It's a nice touch.
Heated just over there, under the work table, by the crates.
Great, thanks.
Nothing to write home about, but completes the overall picture, the overall package that is determined to deliver you the best experience you can have. And that is what you can say ultimately about this remaster collection. It's trying to provide you with the best possible product for these games, the definitive way to play them. The game itself, I can't speak highly enough. From the story, to the character development, to the plot twists, everything in this game is sublime. It is brilliant. I don't think I've played an Uncharted game where I was highly disappointed. I did think number 2 was slightly too long and it did kind of add a bit of filler into it, but the game itself, the story, the character development, the NPCs, the scenery, the surroundings, the graphics, the sounds, everything about them was just perfect, and it's something Naughty Dog has managed to capture and deliver on every single game. And just when you think that each game can't get any better, they manage to outdo themselves every single time. It is a franchise that is absolutely brilliant, and if you haven't played it, you absolutely should. In fact, you should pick this up and the Legacy Collection that was on the PS4 and just play through them all. There is hundreds of hours worth of gameplay there, and it's definitely something that you are going to enjoy. To summarize, the base games are identical. The enhancements being the graphics, increase in frame rate, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and the 3D audio for some may not be enough. But honestly, playing upscaled 60 makes the world of difference. Yes, 4K 30 is the graphically best way you can play this, but the 30 is just too painful to play for me. I personally just cannot do 30 FPS anymore. So the 60 medium ground, and I'll be honest with you, though it's not the highest of fidelity, it still looks great. Add to that the controller adding a whole new dynamic to the experience. Uncharted on its own is definitely worth your time, but now with the enhancements, and you get 2 amazing games in this collection, you absolutely cannot go wrong. This is the definitive way to play both Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, the penultimate end to Nathan Drake's story, and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Naughty Dog enhanced this game to perfection, and I can't wait to see what they do next. Thanks so much for watching my review, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought, if you're buying this, if you're going to pick it up, play it, and yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts if you are playing it and what your thoughts are with the changes that have happened to the game in terms of the graphical fidelity, the controllers, the sound. Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's have that discussion, and I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, everyone, and as always, remain legend.
Okay, watch and learn.
Oh, I'm learning all right.
Is this it?
No, it has to load.
Load.
Yes.
This is taking a really long time.
You have no patience.
When you turn something on, you expect it to... Okay, here we go. Crash Bandicoot.
Is there a problem?
No, just, how do you make it go?
Push the start button.
I knew that.
All right.
I got it.